cleaned. On an average day, I would clean a barrel because I just think it's new. You want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to start. They say start as you plan to go on. So I'd kind of look after it. But this one looks. Oh, well, maybe not. I am gonna clean it. 2 seconds. I don't like the idea of half doing a job. So we gonna clean that shit.
See, is that lack of clean that I did?
Let me just solve the problem, because then if I do run into issues, I know that it's nothing to do with me, because I've taken all the right precautions to make sure this goes well. Do you get it? So should be alright. I think I need to warm down, you know, my muscles are aching. That's how you know you had a good It wasn't a huge deal, but I'm glad I did that, because it was kind of like some kind of... Look at that, now you look perfect, baby. So 2 seconds, let me get rid of that, or else I'm going to be sitting here smelling, rubbing alcohol. But for you guys who are tired of wetting up your floors, trying to clean your barrels, little life hack. Chuck it in one of these, and you should be all good. Spray, 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 you're all good. But don't spray it in a room where the wind, the fan is blowing. That's why I walked out the room, because the fan is on in my room currently. Okay, let's keep the ball rolling. So I'm gonna chuck a bucking on this. I'm gonna chuck it into the G&G hop up. Some people might ask why I've gone for these parts. These are things that have worked really well in builds that I've done recently for other people. The G&G hop recently has worked really, really well in my stubby. So I wanted to see if that would work in a build that wasn't necessarily DSG, and had a different spring setup. So I'm still also testing with this direct setup here, because this is what's going in the DMR. I don't plan to refund none of these things as long as they're not broken. So don't be like me. Probably look after your packaging just in case you've got a dodgy one. Me, I don't really care. I'll probably fix the thing myself anyway. So we've got the hop up right here, which I'm gonna pull out that tensioner just so that our tensioner comes all the way up, and I can slide my thing in there, my knob in there. What is this? That's the catch. So let's grab that. Probably hold on to that bag. It probably will come handy for any little goodies that I want to tuck away. So again, you want to line up that line on the bucking with the line on the barrel. And do double check as you're doing this so you don't cut it, damage it, because any damage you do to that thing will damage your air seal when shooting. That looks nice and snug, wicked. We're going to line that up. Normally I'd lubricate this system a bit, but again, this is also a test that I'm trying to run just to make sure, just to see if in AGs the lubrication, ooh, I don't like what happened there. Okay, no, it's still in the right place. Yeah, this is me also running a test to see if half this lubrication that we be lube every 2 seconds, lubing systems, if it's even needed. You know what I'm saying? Because even before I teched, I used to go to this guy, pay him good money, really good money, and this guy used to always be telling me about lubing my buckings, and I get the science of it, but I've come to learn that half of what he was telling me was bullshit, because obviously I tech now for myself, so a lot of the time I do try to run little tests like I'm saying, like this one, where I test things just to see in between builds, like, does that work, does that not work, does that work, does that not work, because sometimes you will get ideas that work better than what's currently on the market. So sometimes that, like, I'll go to somewhere and somebody might be like, why is your high capper doing that, and we've got the same high capper and my high capper can't do it, and they don't understand it's because I've like modified it to, I don't know, like shoot faster or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I try and keep these things within fair means, because obviously I do play at walk-on style places, so a lot of these players, they don't spend money on the guns, and even the ones that do, their tech's just using the box standard stuff. He's not doing anything above and beyond like I'm doing, so it just becomes a weird one, man. Like I said, I think I'm mashed up. Like I said, I do upgrades, but for me, I don't want to be one of those players also. As much as I love the sport and I love what the market offers in terms of upgrades, I don't want to be one of them players that I'm not actually good at the sport. I'm literally dependent on my upgrades to play the sport. So I think it's just a balance of the two, and finding a balance of the two that kind of works for you, innit? Having enough upgrades that the gun works for you and is not like being damaged through, I don't know, battery protection. It's why sometimes I go for the stuff I go for, like the E2s and stuff, because I want battery protection. Not even to sound bougie, but I don't want to buy batteries every 2 seconds. So once I just want to land it up. The G&G system is a bit weird, like a bit more zoomed. Just because I'm tired, I can see it, my eyes are getting blurry. But I just wanted to do this video for you guys. I could have done it tomorrow, but I want to do the VMP2 video for you guys tomorrow. Okay, let's try this again. Let me just make sure my bucking is in the right way. Okay, it looks like it's in the right place. Make sure that that spring is going in the right place. Make sure that that's clipped underneath, like so. So another thing with these G&G hooks, as much as I like them, you want it underneath that little hoof thing, or else it ain't gonna do what you want it to do. That's the problem I'm having right now, trying to keep it under that hoof while trying to install this bar. I think maybe that's the best solution. Use a tool or something. Annoying. Use a tool or something to clear it, and then you can kind of just hinge that back in, if you get what I mean. You're being for real? It's because there's just like this little lip thing and it's just not clipping in. It's like every time I clip it, now the hole isn't lined up perfectly. So it's a proper weird, annoying thing, but it's fiddly, but it's like such a simple thing, but it's just mad fiddly. The average person wouldn't want to do this to a G&G, so the one thing I would say is I'm a tech, probably because I'm tired. Like, I'll do this again for you guys another time when I'm not tired, just to see if it does give me as much problems. But yeah, look, like it's proper like it doesn't want to go through. There we are. So it just wasn't. There we are. So I think it was me. It was my fault, you know. I thought it was lined up. And yeah, it was me. So I thought it was lined up, and I'm there trying to shove the bar, use tools to hinge it, but I literally just like, what I did was I turned the hop wheel a little bit, and while I was turning, I kind of just like pressed the tensioner down, but like pushed it that way so that the little lip would hinge in to the slots, if you want to call it that. And if you notice, you heard that little sound, and then when I spun it to the side, the hole was open, I could see straight through it, so I just shot the bar through. So that all of that thing you see me do was my doing. It's probably where I'm tired. So I'm going to set this in the middle, just so that I don't have any damages. I'm surprised they didn't send a bar to go in there. So give me one sec, because I'm like, I would have liked a bar in there just for air seal. Do you think G&G would send something like that? Let's see if I've got one. Not a huge thing, but it could be a huge thing depending on like what you're going for performance-wise and how everything works together as one. Okay, so that's nozzles, screws. I know I've got a silver one somewhere. There is. There we are, because you just want some kind of extra air seal. Even if it's not perfect, you just want something kind of hugging the system, if you get what I mean. Let me just check an O-ring over that as well, just so that there's nothing that could potentially move that out of the way. This isn't, you don't have to do this. This that you see me doing is just me being a perfectionist. I want to test and see if a better air seal will do good for me or bad. Because sometimes you need a bit of air to release, so maybe me cutting that off might cause me a problem, but we'll see. We can hold on to that. That might come useful. Okay. So let me close like that, and then what I'm gonna do is chuck this one inside my DMR, and we'll see if we have liftoff. See what FPS we're getting. To be fair, my DMR was shooting very close to the limit earlier. I had to switch it all the way, switch the hop all the way off to get it around CQB limit, and then obviously when I'm outdoors I can run it at DMR limits or AR-15 limits. So it's quite cool the way the hop-up worked before, so hopefully the hop-up will work. It doesn't have to work the same, but it will hopefully work similar in the context that I have that much playability to go from allowing me to use the gun in CQB to AR-15 style to a DMR FPS kind of thing. It was really cool in the last setup. I literally only changed it because I just wasn't happy with the distance that it was shooting, and that was even after tweaking the hop and all these things. I just still couldn't get the distance I wanted. It was almost like you can hear the gun wants to kick the bullet, the BB there, but it just wasn't finishing off the shot, if that makes sense. So that's what I thought, you know, this is a must. It goes without saying at least. But because I've had a lot of good things. Everything I've had this G&G hop-up in, that thing has always shot further than it normally would shoot. You know what I'm saying? Consistently as well. Even if it's not a Contron bucking or an upgraded barrel, like it's been consistent in that factor of like it's always done. You know when you shoot a gun, you're like, oh, I didn't expect that, but in a good way. So it's always had that vibration for me, which is why I thought, you know what, risk it for a biscuit while I'm in love with the AR-15 platforms, because who knows, by next season it might be a whole nother platform. So you know, doing my DMR platform for a clock, I popped a bit earlier. and I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. So when she's in there, ooh, it might work, you know. Because if you notice, she ain't clipping the tracer properly, so maybe I don't need another barrel. Maybe I need a barrel for the other one. I might need a barrel for the other one, which is okay, like a 180. Maybe I'll look for that, like price-wise, and see. But yeah, if you notice, it doesn't clip it. This one's perfect, so I won't need to buy one other barrel. That was my concern. Maybe I'll have to buy two because they're both too long. But no, this one's all good. This one's all good. Perfect. So let's get that installed. Do I need a spring for this? I do, innit? It's a G&G one. I think there's a spring in there anyway. Let's see if that spring will work. There is a spring down there, you know, I can't see it. I think I've got a spring in there. I'm sure I've got springs. You know, you don't want to put a spring in there, that's going to be too torquey and giving me problems now. Because there's a spring in there, but I think it's just gone too far. Oh, that one looks good. Okay, wicked. So it's good to have parts all the time around you, you know. That's just where I've got parts lying around. And that lines up nicely. What did I do with you? Even looks nice in there. Wish it was a bit more colourful, but maybe I'll colour it. Maybe I'll spray paint it in a few weeks. That's what I'm saying. I've got the silver cylinder, black on black, black on black, or black on grey on black. The G&G. Let's get a battery in there quick. This is currently my most favourite gun. It just delivers, man. It's as fun as the stubby. I feel like the stubby is definitely a bit more high performance. It's got a Titan Gate ETU in it, but this does come very close for a fraction of the price. The stubby has probably set me back close to like £600. You know what I'm saying? Start to finish, and through upgrades and problems and rectifying things, and you know what I'm saying? Whereas this, I'm probably only maybe 250 into the build, 2 bills, maybe about 180, between 180 and 2 bills into the build, 180, 220, somewhere around there. So for me, this is a really cheap build because it's got an ETU as well, and it's a decent one. Let's chrono quick. She looks nice with that mag as well. I wish they made short versions of that mag. If that mag had short versions, I'd buy out their whole stock. Come on, work for me straight off, but you know you want to. Yeah, she's fine, it's fine. Because I've got tracer rounds in there, she's tracing as well, which is really nice. Sounds much healthier for some reason. She seems to like that man. Might have to upgrade you to a brushless motor. Let's see what we're getting FPS wise. Just got me wanting to test this upstairs to check, you know. Right. Shoot out my window or something and check. So we get 324. 326, which is nice because I'm under the limit for outdoors, but I'm not under the limit for indoors. Let me see if I can drop that back. And you see I could go all the way for 350 if I wanted to. It's not on 2 limit. Which is nice. That's what I said about these G&G hops. They're actually awesome. Like, if you know how to use them and you chuck them on a good build, they actually deliver. Oh, now I've locked it off. You don't want that. I want to clear that. That means that's the limit, and we're only trying to work our way back from the limit. 319. To be fair, that's where I want to be, 319. The limit for my weight is 3. It depends where you play. The limit where I play is 315, 320. And then indoors is, well, technically 330. You know what I'm saying? It's 330, but some places are a bit techy. They might want you at that 315, 319 mark. So I try to not be too close to it. But yeah, I'm where I need to be. Let's just test this again. 317, 317, 318, 313. I'm not gonna lie, 313, this is so consistent. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna leave the video to talk for itself. And just so y'all know, I'm not capping. You see the last shot was 313, and we can skip over 313, 313, 318, 317, 317, 319, 349, but that was when I was adjusting the hop, so ignore that one, and 326 again when I was adjusting the hop. So do you see, it's so consistent, so I'm pleased with that. I think tomorrow what I've got to do is just zero them out to make sure that I draw the line on them so that I know where they are when I need to zero them out really quickly. But apart from that, zero them out, range test them. Apart from that, I'm happy with them. So that's the BMR, and I'll show you the AR-15 again one more time. That's the AR-15 that we did today. And like that, I'm gonna say like, share, subscribe. Peace, people.